Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I just wanted to show you a game that I play quite often. I don't want to say every day, but I play this pretty often. So, I'm just going to start fresh just to kind of show you what to do. I'm just going to do the... Okay, I see. They added a new mode since last time. Anyway, play that. And this is basically a fan game of Back to the Future, but... basically it's its own storyline. It's, you know, different. Obviously, it's not the exact same, but you'll probably see some familiar things if you've ever watched Back to the Future. But basically, start out with a white car like this. You can change whatever color you want, and I'll show you, later down the line. But, yeah, just all that stuff. So if you want to do it from scratch, this is how you do it. So, let's see if there's anything in here. There's not. So, I'm not sure if it's going to be in here or not. Oh, it's right here. So that is the fission reactor. You just put it in right here. Close this. And you can put one of these in here. Do that. You could probably just wear this, actually. There we go. Otherwise, you don't get radiation and all that stuff. So then you can take this stuff with you. But I'll show you in a little bit how to bypass all that. It's just to show you the basics of it in case you don't want to do what I'm about to do. And those are just multiplayer stuff. I'm not going to really mess with it. There's no one online anyway. So yeah, now that I put the radiation in, it's not really going to hurt me anymore. Yeah, all that. If you want to read it, let me restart it for you, so you could just pause the video whenever you need to. There, and I think that's it. Cool. Then you get inside the car, and then you have to have gas now because it's just new updates and stuff. It updates every couple months, so they kind of change things every now and again. But the gas thing is a bit more recent. I think the last update or two ago. And you have to fill with gas every now and again. But again, you can bypass that. And I'll show you that a little bit later. So you press T, or you can just go over here and press F. Press F on that, press F. But you don't need to cool the engine or the area because I haven't time traveled yet. So this is where you're going to. This is the present right here. And that is where you came from. And I'll show you once I time travel. So let's go to today's date. So that'll be November 5th of 2025. Let's do it like 10 a.m. And it goes by 24 hours, by the way. So 11:05 2025. And if you want to go to like 4 p.m., that'll be 13, 14, 15, 16 o'clock. That's going to be 4 p.m. for example. So it goes by 24 hours. So then, if you want to time travel, you press the reactor, and then you start driving. And that's what it does, the portal. Alright, I'm going to go to third person. Press the C for coolant, which is going to be this button right here. And then you have to wait a while for it to cool down. Yeah, you can just kind of drive around if you want to. So, yeah, as you can see right over on here, this is where I went to. This is where I am now, and that's where I came from. So I literally was in April 15 of 1984, and now I'm in November 5th, 2025 at 4:10 or 4:10 p.m. And that's where I wanted to go, but now I'm already, I'm already there. So if you didn't touch it and you went to time travel, you would go back in time, basically. Which you can do, of course, time travel. So that when you get out of the car, this is what happens right here. Instead of being cold like the movie, it's hot. But yeah, so that's kind of the basic of the time traveling here. And then this is for like the fusion reactor. We have fission, so you can charge the battery of that thing. But yeah, And then since you don't have any uranium in here, you can just take this out. And I think you can go over here somewhere, I want to say. Yeah, right here. And then you get $3. That's nice. Okay, then you just get your uranium. Let me get my suit on real quick. So I don't get radiation sickness and stuff. And then that's all you gotta do. My suit off. There we go. And that's it, really. Can't refill those. Once you use it, it's over. So, since I'm hungry, you can go over here to eat. Instead of Burger King, it's Burger Lord. That's pretty funny. So, you can go over here. Can I buy something? And then you get yourself a burger. I would assume that's fries. And that would be soda. So, you can get yourself a burger. Get like that. Gain some fat. The more you eat, the more fat you get, but if you run around and jump and all that crazy stuff, you can pretty much just burn off pretty easy if you're moving constantly. And yeah, that's the basic of the time traveling part. So if you wanted to bypass all the refueling and stuff, which by the way, this is gas, so I don't know how much I have, 100%. So basically you just put your gas tank right here, and then you press the refuel, but since I'm full, I can't fill it anymore. And you just put it back, and that's all you gotta do. So here's how to bypass it. Press G. And that's it. You don't have to refill this anymore. You can get rid of that. And then you don't actually need this anymore. You can throw that away. But you can't do that in the actual gameplay, the story mode. This is just the free mode that I'm doing right now. And yeah. You can see I have 100% charge no matter what. So, let's go ahead and modify the car, and I'll show you. Since I have no money right now, hold on a second. I'm gonna get myself some money. So, $1. Then I just keep doing it over and over. You can also just trade in your gold at the bank, which might be a little bit easier than just doing that constantly. So I'm going to turn that off since you don't have to press the reactor for you to time travel. You just press T, activate the time circuit, and that's all you really need to do. So I drive over here towards the bank, which is right there. You need to go over here. Put your gold on here. Which is worth, I think... let's see, we're in 2025. So it'll probably show somewhere. Eventually. So about 25,000. No, I don't think it's 25,000. I think it's 2,500. We'll just see. Since that's one goal, I might as well just show you. So you can get that much per one. So now I just got over $1,000. So if you wanted to keep going, that's fine. Oop, I'm gonna turn that off. Like that. Just get some more money. But if you wanted to do it the not so cheatful way, you can basically just go back in time if you have some money, or you can get a part-time job at the Burger Lord. You can also get a job somewhere else too. I think there's other jobs somewhere, I forget where. That's the only one I can think of on top of my head. But you can get jobs here, and they don't last that long. And that's it. So I have $10,000 right now. That should be plenty of money to, you know, remodify my car. So let's go to the mechanic, which is only right over there. Line your car up over here. And then you can modify your car. So I like mine green, but you can change to whatever you want. I'm gonna do green. My hue. Let's see, can I move it? I think I can move it around. I forgot how to do that. Okay, then the metallic, not too metallic. I think that's it. I think that's what I usually do. It's about here. Yeah, I think that's fine. So I can pay $40 for that. Nice green color. That's what I usually do. And then you get a hover conversion for $500. And then you can get boosters for another $500. And if you wanted to repair it, you can. But since my car's not damaged, it's $0. But yeah, then you can also like customize a little bit more, like your wheels. Work right here. Those wheels, those wheels, those wheels, those. A lot more. That's like more of a hovering car. But I like the default one, so it is what it is. So yeah, you can do a lot more with the customizations, but for now, that's just what I like to have. So now I can fly. Flying cars is the future, right? Press E and hold it. There's a little bar right where the car is at on the right side of the screen, so you can see it's getting lower over here. And then you have to rebind the controls for the for the car. Because for me, thrust up is up arrow and thrust down is down arrow. That's just what I like to do. That's how I memorized it. And then I think they changed it, so I'm not going to do that. Basically, yeah. And then press W to go forward, of course. And if you want to go even faster, you press Y for the wings. Or it might be some other one, but basically that's what I do. And then it's a lot harder to fly, because it's more like airplane mode, I guess. But it takes time to practice. I'm not good at it still, and I've been doing this for like a year. Because they changed it, they updated it, I would think about a year ago by now. You go down a little bit and land. And go to the 1980s. So September, let's say 17th of 1984. And you can go at like 10 a.m. That's fine. Time travel just like that. And since the time travel, the flying car is from the future, and you want to summon all the time agents and stuff, they're not gonna appreciate that. They're gonna be like, well, you're from the future, wow. But if you just drive normally like this, they're not gonna notice it, because this car is actually from the 80s. So they're not gonna be like, oh, you're from the future, what the heck? And those you can just press F on. Yeah, just like that. And I can fly also. Press space and press on face. Because if you press it once, this is going to happen. Yeah, so you have to press space and kind of hold it. And fly like that. But, yeah. And then Burger Loach are a little bit different. Same name and all that. But instead of a robot, it's an actual person right here. That's before all the robots and stuff. And also, you can kind of interact with the people a little bit. You can tell if they're angry. If you do that, they're just gonna be like, why are you asking me that? Like, leave me alone, dude. And then some of them are gonna be happy. I'm not sure if this one's gonna be. That's like, okay. Sometimes they're like, why do you ask, bruh? And that's it. See if I can find someone happy. Or at least they're willing to talk. Okay, that's happy. Tell me about yourself. And then they'll tell you about who they are. They're from Pine Lake, which is right where I'm at. And then their father's Diego, and their mother is Sandra. And then if they say that passed away, it'll say my father passed away recently. And then you can say my condolences. Anybody thanks. And that's pretty much as far as it goes. Sometimes it'll be like any rumors. Yeah, sometimes it'll pick between like if they want, say they passed away, so both of them are dead. My condolences. And that's angry, so you can't really talk to them because they refuse to. Let's see. Why do you ask me? And they're not so angry. They're just like, why? Let's see, any rumors? No? Okay, no rumors. I think it's the same one as before. I recognize that. But yeah, that's kind of the whole gist. You can talk, but it's not like deep conversations or anything like that. It's just a few little questions. But I'm trying to see where the rumor people are. See just an idea as to what those are. Hey, hi. Yeah, Lechria you can't actually go to. I can show you where it's at. So map, we're here. This is Pine Lake Island right here. Pine Island is called, not Pine Lake Island. And then you can press this for the bigger world. That's where they are in the world. So Letria is going to be this island right here, the middle part. So it's not that far away. And this is where I would be instead of California, but yeah. You can actually travel to islands because of the new update. I think 2 updates ago. I made my own called Beach Town, but I tried to like do the maps, but it's not really getting along with me. So yeah, that's, you can kind of travel, but you can't travel to literally anywhere on the map. You have to create it yourself. So it is what it is. It's still a small game, so it's not like that balanced. Yeah, there's like all that stuff there. Yeah, I think because the path is right here for NPCs sometimes, so they can't walk through it. But yeah, where's the car? Oh, over there. You can even go to the 1800s, which I can show you right now, actually. So we can go to like January 1st of 1885, like Back to the Future, but it's not in January. And then you can go early in the morning, 7 a.m. And you can see how it changes and stuff. I don't know why it's being so slow. And don't forget to turn off your time circuit whenever you time travel. When you're on the power mode. Those are like wolves and stuff. Right here. Just get away. Since you're in God mode or whatever it's called, you can't really die. I mean, you can die, but it's very difficult too. But yeah, you can ride horses if you want to, actually. You buy it for $428. Can I buy something? You want to buy a horse? Yeah. Yeah, you can kind of tell, like, oh, it's a little bit similar, but it's not exactly alike because of the being in the 1800s and all that. I don't know about this right here. It looks like people are like, I don't think it's a guillotine. I think people just get punished right there, humiliated. But I've never actually seen that in the game, so I don't know. That's going to be added later in the future, or I'm not sure what's going on with that. And this is a bar over here. An old-fashioned bar. You talk to people, they're angry. That one's happy. How's life out here? Fair enough. Not many strangers come in these days. Where are you from? And you can't even answer that question, so whatever. Yeah, a lot of Letria people. It's not exactly from other places, but they are named. Milton, nice. And in fact, there is a graveyard I can show you, where you can see like people and when they're born, when they died. It's gonna be over here. All the way over here. So Harding Maddock, born in 1788, died in 1876, so about, what, 9 years ago? So on and so forth. And they update to new people, you know, born like, you know, say 1940s and they died in like 1990s or 2010. Whatever it is, it usually updates throughout each year you go to. You can actually, I've done this before where I've went to a grave site, let's say in present day 2025, just an example, and I see a certain person that were born, you know, in like 1932 and they died in like 1994, and I'll be like, okay, that's their name, that's when they're at, so I can go to one of those years in between and meet them, because you can actually meet people who, you know, are dead in 2025. But yeah, that's basically the 1800s right here. You can even go further back in time to the 1700s, but it's not going to be as, not a lot of buildings. Or I think my car's over here, actually. Sometimes I forget where I put a car. Let's going to be all the way up over there. All the way over there. Takes time, you know, to walk, run. If you don't want to fly, you just run. Alright, if you want to go to August 10th of 1776 at like 9 a.m., cool, that's fine. Don't want to ruin my cart too much. See, there's lights and stuff. Not sure why I did that, but okay. And there's like not very much in the 1700s. But yeah, I think it only goes back to 1730s, I want to say, on top of my head. I'm not sure. But if you're to time travel here in the 1600s, there's nobody here. But there is a place. I have to go further away. There is a place not too far from here. Over here, where they've been around since the 1550s. So you can go over there and see how they evolved as well. But you can see over here, there's only a blacksmith. That's the and there's some couple houses here, a little sheep farm, and that's kind of it. So it's pretty not a lot going on here. You can talk to these people, of course. Howdy. Hey, pal. Okay, they're already dead. My condolences. And then that's kind of it. You're supposed to be able to know what rumors there are, but sometimes it doesn't prompt. Yeah, not a lot of... You can hang out with them, too. They'll just follow you around. They can't time travel with you, unfortunately. That would be kind of a cool feature, but I can kind of see why. Imagine being like, okay, I'm going to travel you to 2010 and leave you there. That'd be funny, though. Yeah, I'm trying to look for someone who's going to be like, oh, any rumors? No? Okay. It'll tell you stories about, like, oh, there's a accordion man in the forest that lures people and, you know, stuff like that. Oh, there we go. Any rumors? Oh, that's kind of boring. But yeah, the hill was once inhabited by the natives, which is true. It'll be over in that, way past that hill. Way past that hill. It'll be, let's see, where am I at? Nope. Put away that computer. Because, oh my god, you're from the future. Whoa. Anyway, in the map area, it'd be somewhere, hold on, let me face that direction. It'd be in that direction. Yeah, somewhere around here, I would say, because that's the hill that you see right here. The whole stretch right there. That's it right there. It's like around here somewhere. And you can visit the natives in like the year 1000, and I think even a little bit before that too. And they're nice, because if you go to any other area, you might meet some natives and they're just going to straight up attack you. And those natives don't attack you. Because in the game story mode, one of the main characters get captured. Not, I think, by them, but eventually they become friends, and they're like, okay, you're cool. But if you guys want me to do a playthrough of the whole game, well, not the whole game, that would take forever, but if you want me to do like a partial playthrough of the game, you can let me know in the comments, just so you're curious about it, and I can kind of show you. But yeah, that'll probably take me forever to complete that. I haven't even completed the game. I'm on Act 3 somewhere, I think. There's 4 acts. I'm on Act 3 somewhere. And I got stuck because I didn't upgrade any of my weapons, so... Anyway. Or you could go to the year, 0. Let's go in the morning, just so we can see stuff. And there's going to be nothing here, just trees and dirt and grass. Yeah, you can see there's literally nothing here. Nowhere on the island is going to be human civilization except for like... Oh yeah, there's another place too. It's all the way over there. Can't really see it from here because of the clouds. But normally, like a big oh, there it is. That big pile of smoke. That's where the natives are, and they're nice. Let's go over there real quick, just so I can show you. Fly over there. And you can't talk to them in the same way that I just talked to you, that NPCs. Probably because they speak a different language, and you speak English, obviously, so... yeah. Not sure what all that's about, but okay. You can go meet the natives here. And they're not going to attack you. You can talk to them a little bit. That's all you can do. Got a little fire. There's their boat. Over here. But yeah, that's all you can really do is hang out with them. You can't really talk to them conversation-wise. You can say hello, but that's really about it. I wonder if I can go through that. Oh, yep, I can go through that. That's cool. I think you hear my dogs bark in the background. That's what they do all day. It's bark. But, yeah. So, also, there's a command called Time Graph. You just put it right here. And it can tell you, like, what years you can go to and not go to. You can't... I mean, you can go to BC years, but it's harder to do so. You can't just press negative on the time thing like I usually do, and that's it. But, that'd be kind of cool, but no. You can go all the way up to the year 3000, and that's it. And I can kind of show you what the year 3000 looks like, actually. So, August, I don't know, 11th. Oops, I think I typed it wrong. August 11 of 3000 at, I don't know, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. It's gonna be a lot of I think over here it's not gonna be too much buildings, but we'll see. Yeah, that's what the year 3000 looks like. The reason it looks like Mars is because the sun is dying. The sun is dying, so it's producing less heat, and so, yeah. There's some stuff up here you can check out. There's the aquarium. Oh, there we go. I was mispressed. I'm trying to go lower, but I was pressing the wrong arrow. You know, of course you can talk to these people. They still speak English. Surprisingly. Good day. What month is it? What year? I can press that for you. Look at the calendar, man. What calendar? Any interesting places? Usually, yes, it's usually the church. Yeah, nice place, I guess. Yeah, you can see all the dialogue's pretty similar. It's not always, like, different. But, yeah. They're from the 4th millennium. Although they're not born in the 4th millennium, because obviously it's the year 3000. Whoever is 0 years old. So you can see he's kind of old. He was probably born in, like, the 2940s, maybe. Possibly. So, like, yeah, pretty, even for us, it's a long, long future. But, yeah. We can go to a more stable year, where the sun's not so dark, like July, I don't know, 4th of 2500 in the morning. And it's not going to look like Mars anymore, it's going to look more, you know, Earth-like. But basically the whole area is going to look basically the same. It's not going to look that much different. Yeah, just brighter. There's a cafe run by a robot, of course. It's the future. About like 500 years in the future-ish. 400 and something, 480 years. Sit down if you want to, get a drink. We can get some sky milk, which is like blue milk. Oh yeah, I don't have money, that's right. I don't have money in this time. There's a bank somewhere. Sometimes I get lost. I think it's over here somewhere. Yeah, so in the 2050s, I think 40s, but 2050s or 40s, this is considered the future. So it's not going to say old historic, it's going to say Pine City. But since we're in the 2500s, it's going to say it's historic, because obviously this place has been around for nearly 500 years, so that's pretty historic. Yeah, the bank, we can go down this elevator here. Just foot around, it's kind of funny. Like you're falling, but you're not really falling. Let's see here. And just like we did before with the gold, just do that a couple times. But it's going to be worth a little bit less, because the currency, I think, is just... It's different. It's different currency. It's not US dollars. You could put like 5 gold here or something, and it would probably be only worth a few hundred. That's just a guess. I don't know if it's true. Let's see here. Wow, that's pretty, it's crazy. Gold's pretty cheap now. Whether it's a good thing or a bad thing is really to be determined. Then we can go up to where we came from. Over here, you get like sky milk. For 7, I don't even want to call it dollars, but it is 7 something in the currency. Yeah, it's like blue instead of white. Yeah, you can drink the glass too, apparently. You also get food, I think, somewhere. Or you can buy coffee. 2 things of coffee. I don't know if they're different or what. You can get coffee for $3. You can get food somewhere. You could go to the general store, which is going to be over here. Yeah, right here. Get a bed for 55. But anyway, you could get bread. There's not a whole lot of food options in the future, which is weird, but whatever. Eggs, cake, ice cream, sky milk. Yeah, the sky milk wasn't like $4 in the bar, so you can definitely get milk cheaper in this time. Just like in real life, you can get like real life milk for like $4 one place, you can get it for $3.75 this place. It's like, well, could have bought it here. Yeah, not a lot of food options in this timeline. You could buy it for 2 of the currency dollars. Getting fat because of keep eating. You can check how fat you are. 9 out of 100, so that's not that bad. Muscle is 2 out of 100, only 2%. So, yeah. Yep. That's the future, basically, in the gist of things. Or we could go to, like, 1950s. Of, like, 52 at, like, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Remember, that building's not going to be there in the past, so you can run into it, it's going to be fine. Go over here in the field. Usually the NPCs don't go over here, so I can usually just drop off the car over here and it'll be fine. Yep, 1952. This is what Pine Lake looked like back then. Angry. Irritated, I guess. Yeah, basically that's what it is. Not really that restaurant there. Burger Lord's not there. But there is a cafe over here you can get food. You can get milk over here. It's called Hank's Goods. Right over here. Landed too hard. What would it be? Why, I could even buy an engine here. That's crazy. Yeah, milk for $4. I don't think it was $4 back in the 50s, but, you know, hey. We're on an island. It's just export-import charges, so... Jeez. I'm not even landing that hard. Give it a break. Yeah, people are angry. Man. Alright, whatever. Get coffee, get a burger for $1. Smoothie for $1. Soda for $2. Peppermint tea. Yeah, so on and so forth, basically. Get coffee. So a little bit more options. Wow, everyone's angry in this time. What the heck's going on, dude? Wow. Okay. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Blah, blah, blah. There's a church. This is the church that people were talking about. It's a nice place to go to, apparently, but you can't really do much. There's holy water right here. You can read some scripture. No, that's not it. There's some scripture somewhere that I was able to read. That's not it. I don't know where it came from. You can just kneel over here like that. That's the priest, but you can't really interact. So that's, you can't really do that much here. Yeah, this thing right over here. You can also chase after people too, like if they're wanted, or you can even find missing people if you wanted to. But I don't think there's any of that right now. Some police officers too. There's newspapers actually. You can look for the newspapers over here. Yeah, there's some paper right here. The Second World War is seemingly over. The reparations are now beginning. Germany has become the center of the Allied forces. The United States and the Russians are planning on the future of the German territory. He didn't spell territory right, but hey. And that's it. That's all you can read. Cool. You can. There's some archives too I can show you. You can't read the files per se over here. Okay, but what's going on over there? Some beer. You can get beer here too, but you can't read it. You can grab it, but you can't read it. But you can read these though. There's a closed case from the 1800s. If you want to pause to read it, that's fine. I'm just gonna go through it. Okay, I think that's it. Then there's other ones too somewhere. Like there's a cold case. So basically unsolved. But you can't actually do them in free mode. You have to do it in story mode. So I tried to do it and it won't work. So yeah, you could do that. Oh, that's it. Do that in story mode, not free mode like I'm doing right now. Cold case. I think that's it, right? I don't think it's that long, but it's a cold case from the 1923. Okay, I'm having a hard time putting this away. There we go. I don't think there's anything over here. But yeah. Instead of Clint Eastwood, it's Westwood. So, yeah. It's kind of funny. That's where the police station's at least. It's usually here forever. And then they move it up there in the future. But I meant like the future of like 2040 or 50s when they build that whole big city. There's also one particular date I do want to show you guys. Wherever. Oh yeah, the card's over here. Yeah, once you're in the 1980s and after, you don't have to hide your car anymore. But anywhere in the 70s and before, they're gonna be like, "Whoa, that's from the future," and they're just gonna summon like time agents, and they're gonna try to kill you. So try not to do that. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. There we go. This is technically in the future. 2029. Let's do like 2355 because it is February 19th technically, but I'm gonna do it right before it happens. Show you what it is. This feels great. Alright, that's the stuff from the beginning of the video here. Threw it out. Yeah, it's a pretty normal night. Pretty normal night. Until it hits. And that's what happens. Yeah. Nothing else happens besides that. People are pretty angry. That's funny. Yeah, this used to be Burger Lord or Burger King, whatever you want to call it. Used to be, but not anymore. But yeah, basically it's time travel, explore, and do all this stuff. Yeah, this is basically what happens all day until the end of the day, until February 20th. Nothing else happens on top of it. Why is it so slow? Okay, that's a glitch. That doesn't usually happen. This is Halloween of 2002, so roughly 2 years before I was born. Or a year and a half, I think. Burger Lord's there. There should still be a person. Yeah, that's still there. And you can see there's pumpkins and stuff all decorated around. Right here. So the need help area is where you can work a job. I'm just going to show you real quick for an example. Skip that, and then you can read that if you want to. But I already know how to do it since I've done it before. You can earn some money. You can quit any time pressing Q, but it only lasts like a few minutes, maybe like 10 minutes. Then you just do that. A portion of fries will be done. Take some fries over here. Fryer. Wait for it to be done. Put it on here, ring the bell, and you're done. Cheeseburger, and that's how you do it. Not the fish, but the regular patty. The bun right here. Oop, not on the floor. And then well done. Cheese. I think it's cheese then lettuce. Cheese. And use the scroll to do that. Then put the top of it right here. And that's it. Pour in the fries. You can't take multiple orders at once. You just do a few orders, and that's only like one order per time. Then you can do a police officer, cheeseburger, another cheeseburger. I've done this a lot, so it's like a lot of muscle memory that goes into it. But if you're learning, it takes you quite some time to basically get quick. It tells you the instructions on here. So you do the squash for the bun, and then cook the patty, put the patty on the bun, make sure it's, you know, in that order, and then you're done. Okay, and some people, it takes a while, so you have to sit there and just wait. But yeah, that's the whole gist of it. I just do that. I think I got $18 from that. But you can go on for a little while longer. But yeah, if you want to start out and get some money, that's how you do it. You can buy some gold from the past, like in the 1800s, when it's pretty cheap. And then you can bring it to the future, and then trade it in, and then get a lot more money out of it. And you just keep doing that over and over again, and you can get really rich. The crafter's like if you need anything. There's a little storage unit over here, but yeah. That's a mountain. There's some caves all around. I can explore some other video or something, but there's several caves that you can explore. Yeah, that's kind of the whole gist of the exploration. There's a lot more you can do, but I think I'm going to conclude the video here because it is pretty long. I just did a lot of time traveling and stuff, so if you enjoyed the video, you can leave a like, you can comment, subscribe, and you can let me know if you want me to do a little playthrough of the story mode and not just free mode like I just did. But yeah, you can let me know in the comment section below. So other than that, that concludes this video, and I will see you guys at some point in the future. Goodbye.